Once we need to say out in the old shit, you don't wake up to home. When he boxes Tommy, Eddie Hall won't want to fight. Who, Eddie? He's got a deal with Tommy. Tommy's going to do the chinning with him, as you've seen today. Eddie Hall, when Tommy's fought him, he's not going to want.
The sparring footage shows Eddie Hall getting dropped during preparation, which immediately becomes a talking point in the build-up to the Tommy Fury fight. John Fury reacts with heavy mockery, questioning Eddie's ability to handle real boxing pressure and warning him that stepping into this world against a trained boxer like Tommy Fury is a completely different level of danger and intensity.
Right to the end. Come on, man. There you go. Stick to lifting weights. But I'll tell you what he did do. The half-a-ton deadlift was a sensational job. I'll give him that. Well, that's what he's good at.
Ring. This is awful. I mean, there's just no way to spin it. Eddie Hall is in deep, deep trouble unless he can land a miracle punch. I've been saying it now for months, but I'm starting to see more and more that it is far more unlikely that he lands said punch than does.
John Fury warns that Eddie Hall is underestimating Tommy Fury, describing Tommy as a fast and explosive fighter who carries real boxing power despite his size. He suggests Eddie is only planning to swing wildly without technical skill, and implies he will struggle to land clean shots against a trained boxer.
You don't know what he's in for. He thinks because Tommy's small. Tommy's like a pocket rocket, isn't he, compared to him? And I got that body belt and I'm feeling the power. That's why he wants to do 2-minute rounds, isn't it? He can't do the 3. I can't blame him. You've got to give Eddie all props because he's not a fighter. He's going to get in with Tommy knowing full well what can happen to him. And the only thing he's going to try and do is swing.
Tommy Fury makes it clear that strength alone does not decide fights, emphasizing that boxing is about skill, timing, and technique rather than raw power. He suggests Eddie Hall's physical strength will not translate into success inside the ring, and promises to prove the difference in boxing ability on fight night.
If strongmen, being the strongest man in the world and picking up half a ton meant you was the best fighter of all, everyone would be a world champion, wouldn't they? If being big and strong meant you could fight, everyone would be a world champion. But in this game, it's not about how much weight you can lift. It's not about how strong you are. There's a ton more things to the fight game. And that's what I'm looking to show Eddie.
The Wade Plemons reacts strongly to the sparring footage and criticizes the overall quality of Eddie Hall's training, suggesting it looks disorganized and lacking clear direction. He questions the coaching and preparation process, implying that Eddie's development for boxing is not showing clear improvement. The concern is raised that such preparation may not be enough against a technical fighter like Tommy Fury.
The new sparring footage that I just saw is abysmal. I don't know what Eddie's been training. I don't know who has been training him. I know that he has been training, but my goodness, I don't know who with, what they're supposed to be working on or why. But let me just show you what I mean. Eddie Hall, training footage and sparring footage just dropped, and it is...
Francis Warren gives a more positive outlook on Eddie Hall's sparring, describing him as strong, confident, and willing to engage aggressively in training. He emphasizes Eddie's mindset and belief that he can mix it with real fighters, showing determination and physical presence. However, he also reminds that sparring intensity does not always reflect actual fight night performance.
You know, his ability to go in there and believe that he can go and mix it with these guys. This is sparring at the end of the day. You know, but I know for a fact that both guys appreciated each other's work during that.
Eddie Hall explains his emotional mindset and how personal feelings and loyalty can trigger aggression in him. He describes how situations involving conflict can push him towards a more reactive and emotional state. This shows his approach is driven more by raw emotion and intensity rather than refined boxing technique or tactical discipline.
You know, it's like if someone fell out with my dad, I don't think I could be friends with them. You know, if someone said something bad or fell out with my dad, I'd probably want to hurt them as well. So,
the Wade Plemons breaks down Eddie Hall's biggest weapon, his right hand, but highlights serious flaws in his timing, distance control, and ring awareness. He suggests Eddie is too predictable and relies too heavily on single power shots without proper setup. The concern is that without better control and patience, his main weapon may be ineffective against a technical boxer like Tommy Fury.
Eddie can just pull off a miracle right hand. What I'm seeing makes me even more skeptical that that's possible, because he doesn't understand space and distance, he doesn't understand timing and rhythm, he doesn't understand how valuable his right hand is, and it seems like I'm being counterintuitive because all he's throwing is right hands, but he needs to value that. It needs to be, like I said, a weapon of mass destruction. You only bring it out at certain points so Tommy doesn't get a read on it, and also so you don't gash your...
Frank Warren highlights the massive attention this fight is getting and acknowledges the life-changing money involved for both fighters. He explains that from a promotional and matchmaking perspective, this is a high-value event that pushes Eddie Hall further into the spotlight. Warren also shows confidence in the matchup from a business angle, suggesting it benefits both fighters in terms of exposure and financial reward, while accepting the risk factor of stepping into a dangerous boxing environment.
It's grabbed everybody's attention for various reasons, and they're getting, I mean, Tommy's getting life-changing money, and, you know, I can't knock that. You know, you're in the ring, it's a dangerous place to be. And, you know, my job is if I see a fight that I feel he can win and I'll put him into it, then I'll do that. And it gets him, you know, gets him further up the ladder. Not only do I think he can win it, I think, you know, obviously you know, this is a high profile fight, but he's getting a truckload of money for it. So, you know, it ticks all the boxes.
If Tommy does win, is there a concern that he could go down that route even more, knowing how much money he can make, not challenging for British titles, European and so on?
Dave Allen reacts with a mix of surprise and sarcasm, pointing out the unusual nature of a world's strongest man entering a boxing match against Tommy Fury. He suggests that financial incentives may be a major reason behind the fight happening, implying both sides are benefiting from a big commercial opportunity. His tone reflects that this is more of a spectacle-driven event than a traditional boxing contest.
World's strongest man, amazing. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant. He's fighting Tommy Fury. I thought they were mates. They probably are mates. They're probably making a fucking fortune as well.
Vidal Riley shares his sparring experience with Eddie Hall and acknowledges his massive size, but also questions how that translates into a boxing match against Tommy Fury. He leans toward Tommy Fury as the expected winner due to his boxing background, while still leaving a small window of uncertainty because of Eddie's physical strength. He also notes that the matchup works well commercially and is designed to generate strong audience interest.
I mean, Eddie, when I sparred Eddie, he was, 140 kg. I don't know how much he's gonna have to be for Tommy. But Tommy should win, innit? Like, he should win. But Eddie Hall, who knows? Who knows? It makes sense for Tommy, innit? It's a good fight.
Dave Allen describes the fight as a spectacle rather than a serious boxing contest, acknowledging its entertainment value while criticizing its sporting legitimacy. He expresses respect for both fighters, but clearly states that crossover fights like this feel more like circus events than pure boxing. Despite his criticism, he admits he will still watch because of the curiosity and entertainment factor it brings to fans.
I watch it. Of course I'll watch it. I like Tommy Fury a lot. I'm a Tommy Fury fan. Eddie Hall. I'm an Eddie Hall fan. I like the world's strongest man. A lot of respect for him. So of course I'll watch it. I'll watch it as it's a spectacle in it. It's part of the new bit of circusry that's come into boxing. All these exhibitions, different people from different sports coming in. But for all intents and purposes, as a boxing match, what a load of bollocks. Yeah, I don't think I don't like it too much, but I'll watch it because it's like it's interesting in lots of ways, and I think people find it interesting.
The Wade Plemons breaks down the technical gap between Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall, emphasizing that Eddie's strength and athleticism do not fully translate into boxing skill. He explains that Eddie tends to rely on powerful swings rather than structured boxing technique, which could be a major weakness. He also references Eddie's previous struggles in sparring situations to suggest limitations in his defensive and tactical awareness. Overall, he leans toward Tommy Fury having the necessary boxing ability to control the fight if he performs at even a solid professional level.
So he's going to take it seriously. Now, I expect Tommy to pretty much do what he wants with him if he can get, you know, Eddie to relax a little bit after the first, second, and maybe third round. Because as big as Eddie is and as athletic as he is, he can't box very much. He's not a great boxer. He swings for the bleachers. He's got great power, obviously, and he's a good athlete. Like, he's a really good quick-twitch athlete. But even in the Hafthor Bjornsson fight, I can't even believe we're referencing this in terms of a Tommy Fury fight, but even in that fight, I know Eddie had like one arm because he had a shoulder messed up, but Thor outboxed him and stuck a left hand on him. He was the southpaw. It was tricky, but and listen, and Tommy is not like a high-level operator, but he better be high-level.
Tommy Fury delivers a confident and sharp message, focusing on what he sees as Eddie Hall's biggest weakness, which is his chin and ability to absorb clean shots. He acknowledges Eddie's physical strength and muscular build, but dismisses it as irrelevant in pure boxing terms. Tommy emphasizes that boxing success comes from precision and targeting weaknesses rather than size or appearance. His intention is clear as he plans to test Eddie's durability under real boxing pressure and expose any defensive flaws during the fight.
You're right. I mean, Eddie's got muscles all over his body, but you can't put muscles on chins. And that's what I'm about to expose. Listen, we've seen good big men, in the ring all the time. But what's different, the muscles can't get on the chin, and I'm looking to find that chin.
Simon Jordan describes the fight as an entertaining spectacle rather than a serious sporting contest. He admits he would not want to be involved personally due to the physical risk, but views it as part of boxing's modern entertainment era. His comments reflect the balance between enjoying the event as a viewer while also acknowledging the violence and unpredictability inside the ring.
Determine it, won't it? If it's a good, fun event and you take it for what it is. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in it. I wouldn't be across the ring from this fella. But notwithstanding it, I'm quite happy for Tommy Fury to get a punch in.
Tom Aspinall gives a balanced breakdown of the matchup, acknowledging Tommy Fury's clear boxing foundation while also respecting Eddie Hall's raw fighting ability. He suggests Tommy holds the technical advantage due to lifelong boxing experience, but also warns that Eddie carries real knockout power that could change the fight instantly. His analysis presents the fight as unpredictable, where both fighters have different paths to victory.
Right. Tommy is obviously a boxer. Eddie can fight as well, though, to be fair. So, yeah.
You've trained with both of them, though.
I've trained with both.
What's the skills? What's the breakdown for this one?
Tommy's been boxing all his life, so you would think that the edge should go to Tommy, but Eddie can actually genuinely fight. So.
The Wade Plemons breaks down a simple but effective game plan for Eddie Hall, focusing on basic boxing fundamentals rather than complex combinations. He emphasizes controlling distance, working behind the jab, and using the right hand as a key weapon when openings appear. He also highlights the importance of clinching and bodywork to slow Tommy Fury's movement. The overall message is that Eddie must rely on discipline and structure rather than wild power shots if he wants any success in the fight.
Yeah, that right there, simple stuff, right? This guy's gonna walk towards you, look, breaks the guard with the right hand, sneaks the jab in behind it. That's perfect. You don't need anything else. Basics. The basics is what Eddie should do in this fight. He should cover up when things get a little hairy, tie Tommy up if they get in close, and then break that tie, maybe uppercut, hooks inside, everything to the body, slow Tommy down a bit, and then when you're at range, it's jab, get underneath Tommy's jab, massive right hand. You get a little closer, you want to throw your hooks, fine. But it should be jab overhand, jab straight right hand.
This fight between Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall is shaping up as a classic clash of pure boxing skill against raw strength and power. Tommy Fury enters with years of technical boxing experience, sharp fundamentals, and the confidence of someone who believes he can break down Eddie Hall's defense piece by piece. On the other side, Eddie brings size, strength, and unpredictable knockout power, but also clear questions around timing, distance control, and stamina at this level. If Tommy Fury executes his game plan properly, using speed, movement, and clean combinations, he could slowly break Eddie down and expose the technical gap everyone is talking about. But if Eddie Hall manages to land one clean shot early, the entire fight could shift in a single moment and shock the boxing world. Mentally, Tommy looks more composed and calculated while Eddie looks emotionally driven and explosive, which could play a huge role once pressure builds inside the ring. This is not just a fight about skill, it is also about control under pressure and who can stay disciplined when the chaos starts. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment your prediction below, and tell us who wins this massive showdown and why.